One box each should be enough, right? The next challenge is to find out which Girl Scout cookie is the best. I bought one of each box. I think there are more kinds, but maybe you have to buy them in person. I bought one of each kind that I could buy online at least. And when they get here, I'm going to have a bunch of different categories where I judge the cookies, and we'll find out at the end who scored the highest and what cookie is the best. The cookies are here. The sound absorbing curtains are hung up, and it is ready to start this thing where I judge things. So what I'm going to do is rank them in each category. We're going to have 1 through 8. You score 1 through 8 points. There's going to be 8 categories. So possibly one cookie could get 64 points if it's the best in every category, and another could only get 8 points. We'll see how that goes. That's not the result I'm expecting, but you never know. The first category up is going to be how good the box looks. So let's see the contestants. Tree foils made out of real trees. Thin Mints, the classic. This is an odd shape. Toffee-tastic, gluten-free. Tagalongs. Girl Scout s'mores. Well, that one doesn't stay up very good. Lemon Ups. Samoas. And the Do-si-do. Alright, so based on how these look, they don't stand up by themselves. You lose points for that. Color-wise, I want to go with, we'll put the good one over here. Like that. Orange, usually a fantastic color, but not feeling that like puke shade to it. Even though these don't stand up, they're still going up a little bit. That's how I'm thinking at the moment. Let me check the cover art, see if it sways me at all. Girls canoeing, they look like they're having a lot of fun. So that's where we're going with. First place, second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, seventh place, eighth place. On to the next category. I have a plate and we're going to do a taste test. So let me open these all up and grab a cookie from each box. Very lucky that packaging inside the box was not a category, because these are terrible. The Samoas. I've been eating Irish potatoes all day, so the coconut is a very familiar taste. Currently ranked in first place. Pretty good, basic peanut butter, a little toasted to it. Ironic that the cookie says I'm strong on it, and it is broken. Most of them are broken, actually. Very lemony, which I respect, considering how yellow the package is. This gluten-free Toffee-tastic. It tastes like a very dry dust. Sort of crumbles. Has no taste at all to it, really. This is not just going in order of how I ate them. There's science behind this. I was gonna put it here, but there's that, like, the hint of Dunkaroo nostalgia. It sort of makes you want to go above. But I just can't. Well, that was easy. We've got the trefoil. Very small cookie. Doesn't really taste like anything. And yet, it's almost like it more than the s'mores. I think I do. Impossible to explain, but that's just the way I feel. Thin Mint's very solid. There's our ranking for round 2. The tag-alongs taking a very strong lead. These really needing to up their game. I'm excited for round 3. I am actually going to judge how they were packaged, because I have 8 rounds and I don't have ideas for all 8 yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, less than half of these were cracked, which is not too bad. Absolutely horrendous. Don't want to even talk about that. We're absolutely perfect. No complaints about these, but there was only one roll. I felt a little bit shorted. Very broken inside. So even though there's 2 rolls, I'm actually giving it less than that, because they're all broken. Nobody likes broken cookies. The Thin Mints, none of them are broken or stuck together. Very good. Big fan of this type of package, not sure why, but I like it. Only a little bit of breakage. These, what type is this? These are the Do-si-dos. This one looks pretty broken. They just look like deflated. Like they forgot to give me an extra cookie. Kind of not a big fan of that. Alright, let me line up the boxes now. That is the order for round 3. For round 4, it's going to be a frozen taste test. So I'm going to get one of these, put it on this plate, toss the plate in the oven. Or in the freezer. Spoilers, because round 5, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to toss them in the oven for a brief period just to warm them up. And that will be a warm taste test. While those are heating up and cooling down, let's bang out some more categories. Let's do something not subjective, but mathematical instead. We're looking at calories here. Obviously, the ones with the most calories by serving will be rated the highest, because they all cost the same, I think. So you want to get the most bang for your buck and get the most calories you can. Okay, these are ranked calories by serving. However, we have a lot of ties. It only ranges from 140 to 160. So now I'm going to rank it by total calories by box as a tiebreaker. 8 servings at 160, 8 servings at 160, 6 servings at 160, 7 at 150, 8 at 150, 7 at 140, 6 at 140, 7 at 140. Still have some ties. Let's see if we can do a total weight now. Okay, we have 8 32 gram servings, 8 31 gram servings, 8 at 150, so we're good there. 29 grams, 28 grams, 7/24s, and 6/29s. There we go. The ties have all been broken. Here is our final order, ranked by caloric content. Next is going to be something completely subjective, and I'm going to go by how cool their name is, how it just sounds in your mouth. Lemon Up, Lemon Ups, Lemon Up, Lemon Up, Lemon Up, Lemon Up, Lemon Up, Lemon Ups. I mean, Thin Mints is just classic, so your brain knows it. Samoa, Toffee-tastic. I don't like the word toffee. Trefoil, I do like the sound of. It's giving me like aluminum foil tree vibes. Trefoil, 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 trefoil. Tagalongs, tagalong, 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 tagalong. Do-si-dos. Girl Scout s'mores. Quite a long name. That's what we got for ranking them based on name. Frozen cookies, fresh out the kitchen. Disclaimer, this is what I expect to be my favorite. So we'll start it off over there. I've also heard of freezing Thin Mints, so we'll try that one next. Real good pop to it. It's actually less minty than a normal Thin Mint. It's definitely harder to eat. I'm gonna break a tooth doing this. My pearly whites are all porcelain, so I gotta be careful with them. The glossy coating at the bottom is nice. It's like firmed up a little bit more, but the actual cookie it hasn't. So you break into it more. It really kills the peanut butter. The toffee is in small enough chunks, in this one at least, that it's not painful. I was afraid there were going to be like shards of glass in there, but it breaks pretty easily. Last one. My number 4 battery almost held out to the end of that clip. I could feel it trying to do it, but there are the final rankings for the frozen one. Now we're going to reset and do the warm cookie taste tests. Probably going to do these last because they do appear to be melted. I've just tossed this in the oven for a couple minutes and then let it sit there as I was doing the last one. As another melted one, but this one's easier to hold, so bonus points there. Let's see how these go. That's really good. The cookie's a little harder. I wish it had softened up a little bit to go with the gooey insides. There's still, whatever that reminder of Dunkaroos is, it's like a low quality sugar reminder. So that probably won't be staying in first place. Much stronger of a lemon. The glaze isn't liquidy, but it doesn't offer any kind of resistance. This peanut butter has really been a disappointment. It was a small gap between them, but that somehow squeezed itself in. It's a lot gummier. It's not as crackling as it was. Not a big fan of that. It has lost a significant amount of the chocolate on the plate. It's essentially just a Thin Mint with more mess. Tastes the exact same as room temperature. The cookie inside is incredibly crunchy when there's no resistance outside of it. The peanut butter is completely liquefied as well, I think. Who doesn't like liquefied chocolate and peanut butter though? So, there is the final results from the worm cookie taste test. Surprising. Now the next, I'm going to see how many of them I can eat before feeling like I had a serving. Here, let's start with my Dunkaroos. I'm thinking 3. 3 felt like a serving. The recommended was 2, but 3 feels like a good serving. It's not a how many can you eat, which I might have described it as, hopefully I didn't. That was what it was going to be originally. I believe this is shortbread. We'll call it 4. I could easily eat more, but I thought I had a serving. The recommended serving was 5. I think that's a little excessive to eat 5 of those. Two of Thin Mints, they're so powerful. And you know what? These are rated the wrong way. The smaller cookies should be better. Because if you eat one of it and you're like, that's a full serving, that was delicious, you still have a lot left in the box. We're looking for the best cookie, so this is the way the rating should go. These are definitely the most complex of the cookies. Is this a 1? 2, but it's a real low 2. Let's try one of these tag-alongs. I'm gonna say 2. They're so strongly resemble Reese's Cups. Come in packs of 2. Just can't fight that resemblance. I'm a go-getter. Oh, so it was a coincidence that the I'm strong one was broken. Interesting. I didn't notice the glaze on the bottom of them before. I think this is going to be a 1 just because of how big the cookie is. Take 4 bites to eat it. Next up is the peanut butter. I'm just going to take 4. They said there were 6 servings of 3. I'm not buying that. I like 4.5 servings of 4. taste test, I didn't taste much coffee, but this one definitely gave me Werther's Original vibes to it. It could be unfair. It could just be that I'm full. But I think I might be okay with one. I think one's good. Which is convenient because the package is so small. So here is my ranking based on my recommended serving size. Peanut butter surprised me that it took that many, but... So there we go, that's all 8. I do not have the results because the hot and cold ones I haven't actually eaten yet. That was just the magic of editing, which is why you got to see it. So I don't know who's going to win. Here are the final results, and the iconic Thin Mints are the best Girl Scout cookie. As you can see, their lowest score was a 4, just based on the box. Everything else, 5 or above, very strong scores. Coming in second place is Samoa, which during this challenge I decided was my favorite one to eat. I like the taste of it the best, but very poor performer when frozen. It was only a 3 in the freezer, and not very calorically dense. Those really hurt it. So still second place, strong position. And coming in third is a tag-along, which prior to the challenge, that had been my favorite Girl Scout cookie. But see, you can see there's a lot of 8s. It's still a pretty good cookie, but the packaging was just horrendous. The calories also somehow very poor calories. You'd think a bunch of peanut butter and chocolate would have rated higher, but anyway, that's the challenge. Thin Mints are the best. Science has proven it. Challenge complete.